Today, guys, we have the next college football 25 info video to go over. We have a Dynasty deep dive, and there is a lot to cover. I do want to give a shout out to Ross Season for being a part of the Noti Gang. If you guys want a chance to shout out the next video, drop a like in the vid. Make sure you guys are subbed to the channel. Notification bell on and comment down below. Noti Gang. And also, if you guys have not already checked out Underdog Fantasy, we have UFC almost every single Saturday. We have MLB, which I've been doing picks pretty much every single day. And I'm also running NFL private fantasy drafts versus you guys over on Twitter right now. And if you guys check Underdog Fantasy right now using code Zirksee, you'll get up to $250 in bonus funds and a 0.5 special. Not only that, you guys will also be signed up for the Code Zirk exclusive specials coming this college football and NFL season that you will literally only get with Code Zirk. Alright guys, so we have the College Football 25 Dynasty deep dive to go over. I do also want to let you guys know that on EA's website, there's actually a blog they posted. It is so long, okay? So today we're going to mostly just talk about this right here, but I will let you guys know, make sure you hit that sub button. I'm going to go through, read the entire blog, and I'm likely going to make another video kind of highlighting a lot of stuff in there because seriously, that blog is very, very, very long, but we have a 6-minute Dynasty deep dive trailer to get into, and there was definitely a lot that they talked about. As you guys can see right here, we did get our first kind of look of an in-game menu. You can see Ultimate Team, Road to the College Football Playoffs. We also have Dynasty, which is, of course, what today's video is going to be about. Now, you'll also notice, by the way, in the background here, they did show a lot of clips here and a lot to do with Dynasty showcasing the teams, kind of how the menus are going to look right here as we see the Huskies, Tulsa, Toledo, everything going on there. Starting off, they talked about the 12-team playoffs. They also highlighted a lot of recruiting, the transfer portal, customization options, coaches as well. Kind of went pretty deeply into everything to do with that. Now, in terms of the 12-team playoff, pretty simple, right? Basically, if you guys play College Football 25, you are going to experience the 12-team playoffs before it even happens this season in college football. Which I gotta say is pretty cool that we get to actually experience that before it even happens for the first time in college football. Again, more in-game footage right here as what a throw, what an interception right there. And of course, Michigan wins the college football national championship. Next up, recruiting. And there is a lot that you guys can see right here when it comes to recruiting. Now, I would imagine that the blog that they posted kind of goes even more in depth about everything to do with recruiting here. But as you guys can see, you have the recruiting board, the prospect list, transfer portal, my school, top classes, and as you can see right here, you can search through a player's social media, DM the player, contact friends and family. You can even call the house as well. There is a lot to do here with recruiting. I think way more than maybe we even expected. As you can see, the recruiting board, DM the player, contact friends and family, send the house, and then of course you can pitch to a player. You can schedule visits as well. There is a lot. Now, of course, here you're going through your team needs and kind of seeing exactly what positions you need on your team. And recruiting, it's going to be fun, but man, it definitely looks like it could be pretty hard right here. Now, as you guys can see, there is a bunch of players available from different states. Of course, all of them coming out of high school here, but of course, from a ton of different states. You can see even the hometowns on them in Georgia, Florida, and as well, you can see their top schools and kind of where they even have your school ranked as we go on throughout, which is awesome for the recruiting process. Now, one big thing here, and there is a lot that you guys can do in terms of trying to pitch a player to your school, but you'll notice they definitely need specific things. As you guys can see, brand exposure, championship contender, playing time, do they have pro potential coming to your program, campus lifestyle? There is a lot that these recruits are going to be grading your college on, and certain things absolutely are mandatory for them to come to your school, as you guys will see right here. As you can see in terms of the grades, a lot of them B-, A-, whatever, and of course you can go ahead and do a lot of different things to try to persuade a certain recruit to come to your college. As I said, there are certain things that absolutely these players need right there. Deal breaker. Playing time, you have them have a C+, but they need a B-, and if you don't have certain things, they will straight up lock you out and you'll just pretty much not be interested. As you can see as well, you have to kind of keep track of players because they might try to leave, but you can kind of persuade them as well to stay. And again, you can actually see as you go through with recruiting different players exactly where you stand in terms of being their top school. If you're top 5, top 8, top 3, and of course you can go ahead and try to pitch to them a little bit more, but it is going to cost you with trying to do that. Here, a soft shell awards a moderate amount of influence when choosing the correct ideal pitch with a lower penalty for being wrong. Best when you have some idea what the recruit wants from your school. As you guys can see, you can also schedule different times to actually have recruits come in to your program for specific games, which as you guys can see, if you were to go ahead and try to get this recruit into your school for week 4 versus USC, a win will not give you too much and a loss definitely will hurt you a lot if you lose to USC right there. Again here, you can kind of see how things kind of move along as USC transitions up and is number 2 right there behind Texas. You can see you are the number 3 school, which I think is really, really cool to kind of see that as it does go along. Here as well, you can see players at risk of potentially leaving. And again, you can try to sway them, scheduling visits. And of course, if you manage to beat Ohio State, that is going to be a very, very big contributor to bringing people in. And as well, you can even schedule visits together, like trying to get a quarterback and a wide receiver to come and visit your school at the exact same time. That's big. Here we have the transfer portal, but when it comes to transfer portal, they did mention that it's going to be a lot quicker to kind of find out if you get that player or not, because simply put, you don't have as much time when it comes to transfer portal, and of course the recruits have to go ahead and make their decision. Next up, custom conferences. Yes, you guys can choose whatever you want to do in terms of conferences. You can put as many schools as you want into certain conferences. You can go with just the traditional way of doing the conferences as well. Whatever way you want to go about it, that's kind of up to you and maybe other people that are in your personal Dynasty League on which way you want to go about it. Then they also did mention here that you can go ahead and choose one of the top teams like Clemson, like Ohio State, whoever you want to go with, or do you want to rebuild kind of a not so good school, which, let's be honest, every single one of us is going to start off by going with one of the absolute worst teams. Next up, they did go into the coaches, and there is a lot with coaching. As you guys can see right here, you can create your coach, go with your defensive playbook, your offensive playbook, you can go with your alma mater, whatever you want to do, and then you can choose, do you want to be a head coach, do you want to be an offensive coordinator, do you want to be a defensive coordinator when you start off? It is completely up to you, or you just choose an already existing coach. Then, which style of coach do you want to be? Do you want to be a motivator? Do you want to be a recruiter? Or do you want to be a tactician coach? Definitely a lot of stuff you guys have to do. Of course, depending on who you guys decide to go ahead and be is going to affect your coach abilities. As you guys can see, Master Motivator, you can get anyone to run through a brick wall. There is a lot of stuff here. As you can see, Master Motivator, you get QBs, you get boost to toughness, stamina, injury. There is a whole lot to do. And of course, again, I do believe that the Dynasty Deep Dive blog that they did go ahead and post probably goes into even more details about this. I'll probably cover this more in another video, but depending on what other coaches you have actually under your staff, of course, with the coaching carousel, you guys can go ahead and recruit other coaches to your program, offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators, and of course, when it comes to all of these different coaches, if you have similar styles, you can stack abilities, or you can go for kind of more of a balanced approach and try to just get all abilities for your different skill trees to kind of balance everything out. So a lot of decisions have to be made in that department of what exactly you're trying to go for. Are you trying to build a very specific style of offense, of defense, of just being all around amazing recruiters, or building up your current players there's gonna be a lot of skill that does go into this right here. There's definitely going to be lots. And of course, as you guys go on, you are gonna go ahead and build up XP on your coaches. You're going to level them up, and again, you can upgrade abilities as you continue to go forward. So College Football 25, Dynasty Deep Dive, a lot here with the trailer, but again, there is even more that I'm going to be covering for you guys when it does come to Dynasty, because that blog they posted is a lot. So with that being said, guys, I hope you did enjoy the video, and if you did, make sure you drop a like in the video, and of course hit that sub button down below. Went over a lot in this video, but yeah, that blog is absolutely huge. I'm going to go through, kind of break it down for you guys, and I will probably catch you guys either today or tomorrow with another college football video. Make sure you guys hit that sub button down below. College Football 25. About 2 weeks away. If you guys enjoyed this video, check out these.